first ever Mardi Gras, or in your words, you're a Mardi Gras virgin waiting for your cherry to be popped, which I loved. How excited are you?
I'm so excited. I mean, I've been coming here for work, but also for pleasure for years and years and years. And the queer scene here is so important to me. So being able to play Mardi Gras this time is amazing.
Well, you did say that Australia had a special place in your heart for you as a queer person. Why is that?
I was 21 when I came here, and there's a beautiful person called Trent who was working in my label at the time, and I didn't have many queer friends growing up, and when I met him, he took me under his wing and could see that I was a bit lost when it came to my position within the community and just what I knew, and he kind of introduced me to being queer and to queer history and to certain films and books and Priscilla, all these things, and I don't know, I felt like I really found myself here, basically, in Australia. I've come for 6 New Years now.
I know, crazy.
And I found myself in Stonewall.
Oh, how fabulous is Stonewall. And
Palms, the Beresford. I love it.
Do you know what to expect? Like, have your friends told you what is about to happen?
I've been told. I think I'm going to be shocked.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be shocked. I think that I'm doing the parade during the day.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for that. I think I'm going to be quite emotional, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if your Mardi Gras is anything like your New Year's, it's the best in the world. So.
Well, I guarantee it'll be amazing, but I also can't wait to see your parade because I've been watching all of your amazing clips on your Instagram. You can move.
I know.
God,
I can't believe it. I shock myself every day.
And strut. You know how to strut. Can you give us a little idea of, I mean, I know you're not going to tell us your full routine or do it for us, but give us a little taste of what we're going to get?
We've just pulled out all the stops now. It's this wonderful position where there's literally no boundaries when it comes to my performance, when it comes to what I wear, movement and everything. So I've just gone for it. My dreams have come true with this performance. We've really, really, really worked hard and rehearsed hard, and it means a lot to me, this performance.
Was there ever a time when you thought perhaps you wouldn't get a day like this? Chance like
this?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's probably why I experienced the depression I did, I guess, over the years, because, when I came out of my first album, which was very true to me at the time, I felt like I couldn't express myself any more than how I was. I thought I was going to be in a suit singing those songs forever. Which wouldn't be a bad job.
You rocked a suit.
I did, and I will continue to. But it's more. I just feel like I can be myself in front of people at the moment, which is really scary, but also incredibly liberating.
You came out in September, I think you posted saying, from now on, you wanted to be referred to as they and their, you're non-binary. Mm-hmm. For you, what was the catalyst? What was the point that went, I'm doing this and I'm letting the world know?
I was actually, do you know what? I was actually in Australia. I was in Brisbane on tour with my second tour, The Thrill of It All. And weird, I had a massive night out at the end of the tour. And I was drunk at like 3 a.m. with my bandmates and my friends in my room. And I just started hearing about the term non-binary. I'd never heard it before. And it was there and then that it just felt, I felt like I'd realised what I've been my whole life, I've always been non-binary. I've always felt this way since I was a kid. I just found the terminology and the language to back it and to make it easier for other people to understand it. But from that moment onwards, it was a crazy journey. I started therapy 2 years ago, so I think that definitely pushed things forward, because the conversation with myself in therapy, which really helped me figure out what was going on inside my head. And I just did a lot of reading, speaking to a lot of people, and the pronoun thing for me just felt like it was a real kind of like flag in the ground, kind of like, this is how I want to be treated by everyone. And it's difficult. It's a challenge. You know, me and my team and friends talk about it every day because it's fascinating. And
even coming here, I kept tripping up, and when I was talking to people, and I was like, "No, I need to. That's what you want."
But
and
I
need
trip
to.
Up too.
Do you?
Of course I do.
Right.
I'm a human being. Like I've been called he and him since the day I was born. 27 years of my life. So it takes a lot of undoing, and
Right.
I feel like everyone's so hard on themselves and on others sometimes, and we need to be patient and to be kind when it comes to this change, because it's going to take a minute.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing to think. For you, I can imagine it's wanting people to try. It's the
Yes.
trying bit. It's the
completely.
Yeah.
And just when people correct themselves, all I can say is when people use my pronouns correctly, it's a wonderful feeling. I feel safe and I feel happy and I feel completely seen. And I think that's something that a lot of straight people feel every day of their lives, you know, and take for granted. It's a lovely feeling when you're acknowledged, when your gender and you are acknowledged. It's a lovely
I think it's
feeling.
an educational process for all of us.
Yeah.
I think as a whole society, I think we're
completely.
all on the journey together.
Also, we as human beings, we do not like being wrong.
No.
I hate being wrong. And like when someone says you've just said that wrong, it's a horrible feeling because you
Yes.
feel like you've offended someone or you feel like you've upset someone. So I can understand. You know, I said my mum all the time, I'll say, she'll be calling me he, him, and then she's like, no, God, she's getting angry at herself. And it's like, it's okay. But it is important, you know. It's very important to me. So, I will never lay off it, I think. You've got to keep correcting people.
You mentioned your mum there. What was young Sam Smith like? Little Sam Smith?
Oh my gosh. Massive drama queen. Too much in every way. I was exactly how I am now. I think I'm showing more my sides of myself, but I've always been a very confused queer kid, you know. I think every queer kid in this world feels like an outsider. So I think I've always been battling that since I was a kid.
And you grew up in a village where there weren't a lot of gay, but you didn't meet some
No,
of these gays
I didn't
till
meet
18,
until I was
right?
like 20. Yeah. I mean, it was a village in the middle of nowhere in Cambridgeshire. I mean, there was no black people in my village. There was no queer people. It was very. It was just everyone looked the same and did the same things, and you know, it was. I had a beautiful upbringing, but when I moved to London, I was like, whoa, you know, you've been sheltered a lot, which isn't great in some situations.
Well, because you came out when you were 10. What was that for your family? How did your family receive that? Was it no news to them?
They were amazing. I was hoping for a bit more drama from them. No, they were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
My family were amazing, and school was hard. I mean, my main issues when I was a kid wasn't my sexuality, it was more my body.
Really?
But then I think that my body issues are so linked with my gender issues, and it's all linked with each other, you know?
Yeah, because I did read once you saying that being open about your body image issues has almost been harder than being open with the public about your sexuality.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Yeah.
I think being, you know, so I say AMAB when I speak about me being, AMAB is a sign male at birth. So
Right.
instead of calling myself a man, I say that. So I, as an AMAB person, I feel that weight issues and body issues for men are just awful at times. I know they're awful for women too, but I mean, I think men just can't speak about their feelings.
No.
You know?
And as a young boy, you
Yeah.
know, with a body that's changing, you know, I was
Yeah.
reading you talk about how you had breasts. You had liposuction on your breasts, but I mean, that is a huge amount for a young kid to go through while they're also trying to process who they are.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a huge amount, but at the same time, there's so many good things about my childhood because I, you know, throughout all of my experience in the last 2 years of looking into, you know, gender fluidity and you know, being welcomed into this world, you know, there's so many wonderful black trans women I've met. And when you see what they've gone through in their lives, I can't complain about my life. I've had a very, very beautiful upbringing, and I've had a lovely family that supported me through everything, amazing team. So it has been hard, but God, I was very lucky.
You mentioned how different it was when you got to London. I was really surprised that when you were living in the village, you could wear your dresses, put makeup on, and then you get to London, which in my head I kind of thought as a place that you could be whatever you wanted to be, and you said started wearing suits.
Yeah, I actually still find London really hard.
Right.
It's really weird. Like, maybe it's because it's my home, but
Yes.
when I'm in LA or New York, I feel like I can walk around in my heels and my makeup. Even here today, I didn't feel funny. But when I'm at home in London, sometimes I feel like I can't. But also, England's very backwards still.
Yeah,
I personally believe England's quite backwards still when it comes to trans rights and homophobia and racism and stuff like that.
Well, you could come move here. We'll have you live here. You just moved to Australia.
I love it. I would live here, but it's just too far away from my family.
It's a long. They can all come too. Just have all the Smiths come live here.
I really don't actually enjoy the sun.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
I really don't enjoy the sun.
You come at summer, though.
It's too hot for me. I'm more of like a Scottish kind of... I'm like Scottish skin tone.
That's the best part about the country.
No, I'm a Celtic person. I don't...
Right.
This is a lot.
Well, a lot of people leave Australia in winter, so that's when you can come. There'll be all these houses. You can Airbnb somewhere. You've been to my house, you can come stay, and you can do a house swap. When you were talking before about wearing suits, I went to your very early concerts, and you're an incredible performer. Your voice is sublime. But it made me wonder whether with your next record, whether that tour... Are you imagining completely different things in your head about that?
Yeah,
I'm kind of quite excited.
Yeah. I mean, I've been given full reign, free reign now from my team. Like, I think it's gonna become too much at some point. They have to rein it back in. But like, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm going for it.
What are some of the things you're thinking?
Just dancing, loads of dancing, amazing costumes. Just big and bold and loud. I feel this wonderful feeling at the moment where I just feel like I can do no wrong because if I mess up, I'm not scared of messing up anymore.
That must be incredibly freeing.
Well, yeah, because it's not like through my therapy and stuff that I've had, it's just this constant reminder how we're all human and we're literally built to fail.
Yeah.
And I think if you accept that, then you can really free yourself and you can just do whatever you want, and you might fall flat on your face, but you're still worthy, of love and all the good things.
Well, you were talking about your body before. When you posted a pic last year with your top off and you're beside the pool and you were like, this is it. This is me next to the pool.
Yeah.
Is that a monumentous thing for you to get to the point where you can sit there comfortably by the pool and just go... Take me as I am.
I mean, I still struggle.
Yeah.
I still struggle having my top off, and I still have weight issues. I always will, but...
If you're going to go to Palms, you're going to have to take your top off,
I've never done that, actually. I think I might do that this time.
You definitely
Yeah. Actually, last time I was there, everyone was taking their top off, and I was like, no. But it's... Yeah, I feel like... for me, social media and taking my top off on social media it helped me. But then I think that's also a slippery slope because you can get obsessed with, constantly...
Your image and...
constantly posting about your body and to make people feel good, and then it becomes obsessive,
It's a whole different world we're in now. If you knew what you knew now about what fame brought, do you think you'd want to be famous?
No.
No?
No, 100% not. It's horrible. It's true. It's been traumatic. I'm very lucky, but, if I was told what would happen... fame is, people don't understand that this isn't a light thing. People have died. People have died because of this. If you become famous and you don't have a stable family and friendship group around you, and you haven't had enough of a childhood to really grow into yourself, you could die. It sounds so serious and awful when I say this, but I feel like everyone needs to get this through to the kids out there that it's beautiful. I love my job because I love singing and I love music, and that's what's brought me through. But being famous just to be famous, it's not good.
No, it's not going to bring the happiness you think it's going to bring.
No.
It would have been a shame for all of us if you didn't go down the path you went to, because your voice is incredible. To Die For.
Thank you.
The album, is it going to be Sam Smith, I'm going to sit in my car and cry, or Sam Smith, I'm going to dance? Kind of
It's both. It's like, the record is, it's all of me, There's moments, there's sexy moments, there's sad moments. There's happy moments. It's everything I am. It's not just one thing.
And talk me through the film clip, because the song itself, you talk about loneliness. It's quite it's a pretty tough song when you listen to it. It does make you feel sad. Are you talking about yourself in that? Is that
Yeah,
you?
I was really sad when I wrote it. I just found out some news that an ex of mine was with someone, and I just felt really shit. Sorry, I swear. I felt really.
You can.
I felt
fine.
really bad. I just felt really awful, and I just went in the studio and spoke about it. It's sometimes when I listen back to myself in those sad moments, I sound really dreary, but
that's how you connect. Like, your music gets me so deep, and I think it's because, and it gets so many people deep, because you go deep. You go to the bit that's uncomfortable.
Well, because I think I get a thrill out of being vulnerable. I think I don't know. It feels good to me to show I don't know. Maybe it's like a weird. I don't know. It's like this weird kind of high I get from kind of putting your soul out there, and then I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It's probably like the narcissist in me.
Well, thank you for that, because we appreciate it. But where did you get your feelings being so emotional? Where did that come from? Is your family emotional family?
Oh my God, yeah. My dad. So my mum, the gender reversal within my family was actually quite nuts. My mum worked in the city as a banker, as a trader, and my dad was a house husband. So my dad is an incredibly emotional man, and that's where we got it from. We completely wear our hearts on our sleeves, which is really, really exhausting.
But makes for brilliant music.
Family to be in. Yeah.
And what about the film clip? It's a whole lot of mannequins in a shop that is open. Is it open to the public?
It was open for 4 days. Yeah, we didn't sell wigs. We just sold merch.
Oh, I was trying to work out whether you went on and you went and tried a wig and went,
I went there and we had like a private event with some of my fans. It was wonderful.
You're one of the mannequin heads.
Yeah.
What's the film clip? What's it trying to say? What's it about?
I drove past a wig shop in London and I stopped the car and took a picture, and this idea came to me, and Grant Singer just brought it to life in such an amazing way. It's just me watching other couples. I don't know if anyone else who's single feels the same way, but when you're feeling really single and you really don't want to be single, seeing people in love is sometimes hard to watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to
Yeah, it's why there's all those Bridget Jones movies for that exact reason.
Walk past them and smack their hands if they're holding hands. No, it's I think at times, you feel it. People really do put it in your face sometimes, but it's love. As soon as I get a boyfriend, I'm going to be eating his face in front of everyone. Don't you worry.
At Palms on Sunday night.
Yeah, don't you worry.
So how do you feel before an album comes out? It's like birthing a baby in a way. You're delivering it to the world. What do you like? Do you get nervous and anxious, or is it?
Yeah, I get nervous again. I mean, I kind of don't enjoy it. It's weird, isn't it? I kind of as soon as when you hold on to the music for so long, it feels like it's your little secret, and you love it, and I get excited and I listen, and then as soon as I give it away, it feels like an anticlimax sometimes, and then it takes me a minute. It probably takes me 6-7 months to kind of gauge how people have felt about it, and then my relationship changes with it. The thrill of it all, after I released it, I was just oh, I hate it. And then now I look back on it and I just love it. So it
So
changes.
How is the reaction to it? It kind of makes me sad to think you'd be so proud when you put something out there, but then it's reliant on us liking it for you to feel that.
Oh yeah, but that's because I care so much about what people
I know,
think.
but when I was watching Taylor Swift's doco, and she was saying a similar. It's for obvious reasons. You want people to love the work that you do.
But we are so insecure. To stand on stage in front of loads of people and get the applause. We're all the most insecure people in the world. Even fame, everyone who's famous, they wanted to be famous a little bit. I definitely did, and it's definitely, You realise that you're very insecure. I'm a very insecure person, and I still care so much about what people think. And I hope that with age, I care less.
What's your favourite song that you've written? What's the one that for you just?
For me, it's Dancing with a Stranger.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it was
more
like, you? Or?
Yeah, and it was like this. As soon as I wrote it, I felt like this freedom to just be able to do what I wanted. I don't know what it was.
Good,
yeah, I just love that song.
Yeah. I love Latch too.
Oh,
Especially that's way back. But
I love that song.
It takes me right
back.
So touring, what's the plan?
Yes.
When are we doing? When are we?
This year.
So when are we touring?
This year at some
this
point.
Year? Oh, great.
Yeah. Don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's obvious. Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
Promo now, tour soon. Yeah.
Same old. Touring. You know, I'm going to start rehearsals very early. Going for it. Lots of surprises. It's going to be a really amazing show, and to anyone watching, really should come and see it because it's going to be a really fun night and very different. You know.
How does weird thing to bring up, but how does like coronavirus and stuff like that? Does that really affect when you tour and stuff?
I was literally in the car, just text my mum, being like, I literally just text my mum saying, "Mum, should I'm really scared about the coronavirus." I'm scared.
Yeah, well, I just wondered whether that had changed your
Are you not
plans
scared?
and stuff. Well, I think we're bound by sea. We're girt by sea here in Australia, so you're in a
yeah, but I've got to go back. I've got to go back
to
Europe.
You should stay. Well,
and
don't
I'm hearing
go to Italy.
It's going nuts, and no, it's scaring me. I don't like it.
Oscar, Grammys, Golden Globes. It's just a list a mile long now. What was more exciting, getting the Oscar or finding out that you're on Michelle Obama's playlist? Her workout playlist.
On Michelle Obama's workout playlist. I've always wanted to get on that list. Always.
I didn't realise it was a thing.
I was seething with jealousy every year when you see Obama and Michelle's list. I was like, I want that so bad. I just want to know that I'm in their life.
Have you met them?
No, never. I'd freak out if I met Michelle Obama. She's is
pretty
sensational. Whenever I'm feeling like low, I just watch clips of her and clips of Oprah. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with both of them.
Who, if you could meet anyone, so for many of us, you know, meeting you is an absolute thrill. Who for you would you want to meet?
I would love to meet Oprah. I really would. And I really want to meet the Queen of England.
Oh, you haven't met the Queen of
England? I've met them all, but I haven't met her.
Did you meet the ones that have left now?
No, I met Harry once, yeah. The Bond thing is lovely. But I really want to meet the Queen. I just want to give her a hug.
I'm sure you can make that happen.
I really want to meet her. I've always wanted to meet the Queen. I'm obsessed with her.
Well, we hope you have an absolutely fantastic time at Mardi Gras.
Thank you.
You're incredible. So inspired to hear of your journey. And come live here anytime you want.
Thank you so much.
We'll have you.
It's lovely to see you. Thank you.